Hey everyone, it's Matt here with the Matt Allen Real Estate Team. I hope you are having a good day today. It's the middle of February 2025. And I wanted to jump on today and just kind of go through what we've been seeing in the real estate market, specifically here in Central Florida. Now, I know every market's going to be a little different. So we're going to talk specifically about Central Florida. I will tell you, talking with other agents throughout the country, they're seeing similar things. There's some areas that are a little heated up more than others, and there's some that are much cooler than ours. So stick with me. That's coming up next. So in today's video, I'm going to keep it pretty brief, and I'm not going to spend a lot of time on statistics and number of houses on the market, things like that. At the end, I'm going to go ahead and give you some information from the Orlando Realtors Association, just so you have that. But I want to really talk about what we are seeing as real estate professionals on a day-to-day basis since January till now. It's February 14th. I really want to delve into what we're seeing if you're listing your house and what we're seeing if you're buying a house. There's definitely some hot and cold going on, is that's the best terminology I can think of. Now, what I mean by that is there's certain weeks that we've had where there's been just an explosion of activity. If your house is on the market for sale, we'd have a ton of showings. We'd have very serious showings. I've had open houses over the last few weeks where I'm having 14, 15 people come through the open house. That's pretty substantial here at this time of year in the Central Florida market. That usually is a determination that things are going to start flying off the shelves. However, and this is the colder side of things, we're not seeing the transition from showings to offers or contracts like we should. And that brings forth the $1 million question of why are people looking at houses, but they're not actually buying. Now, I'm not saying that there is not houses that are going under contract. There's not houses that are closing, because that happens every day. What I'm speaking about is for the broad masses, what we're seeing things like longer days on market, a lot more price adjustments, things like that that affect value. And that's one of the big things we're seeing is pricing for the most part is not going up dramatically, if at all. And in a lot of cases, in a lot of different areas throughout Central Florida, we're seeing prices actually starting to come down just slightly. Nothing that's going to panic people, but it is something to be aware of. As days on market gets longer, people tend to start to reduce those prices. So that's what we're seeing. Now, I do have some theories of why I think this hot and cold thing is happening. The big culprit in this is interest rates. I am convinced of that right now, because when we see an adjustment of interest rates, that seems to be correlating to where we're getting a lot more showings and more activity. If interest rates start to go up, things kind of drop off a little bit. Now, there hasn't been huge changes, but when the interest rates go below 7 and into the 6s and even 6.5-ish, that's when I think things are going to start picking up, as long as it stays consistent at that. And that's what we're not seeing quite yet. I think we're going to see that, and I think it's going to come down a little further. Again, just theory, but I think that's what one of the main things that's happening. The other thing is inventory is continually building. We're at an inventory that we haven't seen in quite a long time, and it's giving people a lot of choices, which is a very good thing, and that should start to spark the market and get things going. But with those choices, buyers are becoming a little more particular about what they're buying. They are looking for those move-in ready houses. They're looking for those newer houses. Those are the ones you're seeing that are moving a lot faster than the fixer-uppers, or the ones that are going to need certain things done to make it their own. So that's very important, and what is happening with this hot and cold thing going on. Now, in my opinion, there's 3 things that really got to happen over the next few months to really jumpstart the real estate market and get things moving. Number 1 is going to be the interest rates. We've got to get those down into the mid sixes, low sixes. That's going to really spawn somebody to move forward and make a decision and buy something. Number two, and sellers aren't going to like me for this one, but they've got to start getting more realistic on pricing their homes. I am seeing pricing all over the board in the same neighborhoods. You'll see a house that's 400,000, you'll see a house that's 700,000, you'll see a house that's 1,500,000, and there's not much difference between the houses. We really got to start getting consistent. Pricing houses should be done by a real estate professional that is looking at actives, pendings, and solds, not just what's out there active. That's the challenge we're running into is agents are pricing the house based on what else is out there on the market for sale, and the days on market for those houses are in the hundreds to 200s. So we're not getting anywhere. And I think buyers are realizing that and are looking at the affordability and saying, you know what, I'm going to just wait a little longer and maybe those prices are going to come down. Which brings another point with sellers is you know, if you're not getting those offers, and I hate to be the one to say that, but we've got to start doing some price adjustments. There's literally three things that are going to sell your house. There's going to be marketing, the condition of the house, and pricing. Marketing should be done by your real estate professional. The condition should have been taken care of before you listed, or pricing, which is adjusted based on condition. So those are the three things you really want to focus on. Now, the last thing to really jumpstart our real estate market and kind of get things moving in high gear is a little more abstracted, and it has to do with consumer confidence. Now, this isn't going to get political, but we do need to have some confidence from consumers that things aren't going to drastically change, that they're not going to lose their jobs. Things like that can play in rather importantly into the home buying process. So that's kind of the big key right now, is to make sure that there is a consumer confidence that things are going to move forward in a positive light throughout our country. So hopefully you've stuck around to the end of this video. I did say I was going to put up some information from the Orlando Realtors Association, and nothing earth-shattering, you know, regarding the market and what things they predict is going to happen. Just looking at it briefly, the president of the Orlando Regional Association says the market is now more stable and balanced than in previous markets in previous years. In 2025, I expect sales to increase. For anyone hoping to secure a home this year, now is the time to connect with a local realtor. So, little plug for us local realtors, but nothing, again, earth shattering. Nobody really wants to predict anything extravagant in the market, and I don't think anything extravagant is going to happen, other than those things need to get put into place for us to really get moving with the real estate market. Remember, I'm always here to help. If you have questions, if you need anything, let me know. My uh, purpose for this year is to help as many people as I possibly can. Even if you're not my client, even if you're in a different market, if you have questions, I love answering real estate questions, especially good ones. So if you have one, maybe I'll feature it on one of my next videos. I really want to give more information out there to help the consumer digest what is happening, because it can get confusing. Everybody has an opinion, and I want to make sure that we're working with the best knowledge possible. Thanks again for watching, you guys. I'll see you on the next video. Happy 2025. Bye bye.